One of the features of CenterPoint's database security is the ability to set limitations on your passwords. You can go ahead and define what you want your passwords to be in terms of the number of minimum characters and what kind of characters need to be part of that password, such as uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numeric numbers, and so on. If you have not already viewed the video for database security to enable database security, you should view that video first because database security should be turned on before setting any database password security options. You will see here as I open up my database here in CenterPoint Accounting that I could go, it's already been set up with security, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my administrator password. Okay, underneath the file menu, you'll have a section for security once security is enabled, and there is where you can set up the password security options so that you can make sure that all of your users are following the same passwords restrictions. Okay, under password security options, when I select that, I'm going to say that I want to enable them. If you don't enable the password security options and you go ahead and you set up database users, those database users can have passwords that are of any length of characters and have any combination of letters, numbers, and so on that they want. I would think that you would at least want to enable the password security options so that you don't wind up with passwords that are a single letter. That wouldn't be a very secure password. So at minimum, you probably want to require a minimum number of characters for your passwords. You might not make that 8, you might make it something like 5 or 6 characters, but at least set a minimum number of characters for your password. If you want a password that it's a little more secure too, you can choose any of the options at the bottom. So you can choose any combination of these options. I can say that I want to require at least one uppercase and one lowercase character, but I can also say that I want to require at least one number. If I also chose to, I could actually have it have a non-letter or non-number characters, or what we might call a special character. An example of them is listed over here: an @ sign, an exclamation point, a $sign, a number sign, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to set mine to just be upper and lowercase characters and require a number. Okay, we can also tell the system that passwords need to be changed every so often. So if you want your passwords to have to be changed every so often, you're going to go ahead and check that box here. And then over here on the right, you get to tell it how many days. Well, let's give our users 90 days. Every 3 months, we're going to have them change their password. So number of days is 90. And then you can also tell the system that you don't want those passwords to be reused. Okay. If I choose that, then there's this option for passwords to remember. So I don't want them to reuse the password that they just used, but I'm going to give them 2 times where they can go and use a different password, and then they can go back to the original password that they had. So we're going to require that passwords be remembered for the last 2 passwords. Okay, you probably also want to set up the ability to disable users if they try to log in and they try to log in with the wrong password. That might be somebody hacking into your system. It might also be a user who's just forgotten their password, but you want to make sure that you lock out any users that are trying to put in a user ID and a password and try different combinations of that password. So if they have 3 unsuccessful attempts, I'm going to disable that user. An administrator will have the ability to re-enable the user if it was indeed the user who had gotten themselves locked out. Okay. So those are the password security options and what they mean. To go ahead and set them, we just go ahead and click OK. Now it does have to be the administrator that does go ahead and set those, and general user could not set up the password security options. Thank you.